Hey Faith family, it's Brother Mario. I wanted to go ahead and create a video because many of you in this video's comment section let me know that Lisa herself has responded on her Instagram to this video that was posted featuring her by BuzzFeed Video. I stopped believing in God after pastoring a megachurch. So I'm going to look at her response on Instagram where, just a heads up, in the BuzzFeed video, they make her out to be an atheist. And on her post, she goes ahead and said, "No, I'm not. I tried atheism for one day, but it failed." So I'm going to address her comments in a moment, but I am going to keep this video up. You see, the problem is the BuzzFeed video itself, even though it looks like, according to Lisa, has been chopped up to provide a false testimony. Kind of interesting that BuzzFeed would do that. Not surprising. But it's still up. So I'm always going to leave up my response because this video itself presents itself as an atheist testimony, and it's going to be very damaging to a lot of people. But let's go ahead and check out Lisa's comments. Hey friends, I wanted to clear something up from the BuzzFeed video yesterday, and I hoped a good way to do it would be bold words on a bright pink background. Well, I'm not sure, and she's referring to this right here because that was the original post on her Instagram. I'm not sure if that's enough to correct this error, Lisa, but we'll discuss that in a moment. First, no one thinks about our stories as much as we do, self-centered humans. So you probably didn't think twice about the title of BuzzFeed's video, which was, "I stopped believing in God after pastoring a megachurch." But if the title left you wondering, then this is for you. Okay? To be clear, I am not an atheist. And as I mentioned, if you watch the BuzzFeed presentation, that's what they portray. So she had to go ahead and say she's not. Nor did I pastor a megachurch. Check this out. The video says, pastoring a megachurch. Now, just to let you know, BuzzFeed is in violations to community guidelines that says you cannot post deceptive content. You can't just make up a title like this. So if Lisa herself, the person in the video, is claiming that she is not a pastor of a megachurch, this is what YouTube would categorize as a misleading title. And this video is on the grounds now of being removed and should be removed. Just a heads up, Lisa, if you're watching this. I think that's how you correct it. But let's continue. First, no, blah, 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 blah. To be clear, I'm not an atheist, nor did I pastor a megachurch. I was a music leader at a megachurch. Yes. Michael and I started a small church in Denver. Yes. I struggled with my belief a lot, tried to be an atheist for a day. I failed. The video title was out of my hands and also out of the producer's hands. Okay. Who is really in control there at BuzzFeed? That's kind of interesting. You content creators have no power. But anyways, I didn't even know what the title was going to be. I wasn't sure what to say about it yesterday or if it needed to be cleared up. Okay, of course it would. I don't think our stories are very completely understood by everyone. Sometimes you just let the story be. But this was one too misleading for me because actually I see God everywhere. Okay. I understand why some people end up subscribing to atheism, but to say I did would be far from the truth. A lot of what is said was cut out of the sake of time, and I didn't have to say over what was kept and what was taken out. I do have a lot that was kept in. It's a catchy title for sure. If you are curious to hear about the whole story, the good news is you can actually get it. Why, yes, only for a payment of $11.59.17. Woo, emoji, woo, cheap, cheap. You too can get the full story in this fancy paper book I wrote called The Most Beautiful Things I've Seen in Life. I'm still thankful for BuzzFeed for this story. Interesting. I have received an overwhelming amount of positive response for people. Peace, love, happy Thursday, everyone. Okay, so now that's just ridiculous. Now, if you did watch my video, what I do point out here, unless she's able to do it, she's a false convert. She doesn't know the gospel, which means that you can't have a true born-again Christian. And Lisa, if you're watching this video, I would love to talk about Christian doctrine. I'm kind of shocked that if you were in a leadership position, especially even as a worship teacher, that the leadership there didn't correct you on certain essentials for the faith. Obviously, you were in a church that overemphasizes spiritual phenomenon and doesn't stick too much to the doctrine. And the Bible tells us we're to worship God in spirit and truth. And so I would just advise you that you haven't got a doctrinal salvation, a doctrinal understanding of the basics of salvation, how the Christian faith work. And so I'd love to be able to offer assistance in that, getting to understand those things. I'm not here to be against you or anything, but Lisa, I'm genuinely concerned for your faith, and I know many other people have tried to reach out to you. Those of us who are calling you a heretic, it's because of these fundamental things that you clearly don't have a grasp of. And so until you rectify that and understand what true biblical Christianity is, and I know your heart may not be to go ahead and not understand these things, but you need to seek God and seek him in truth and spirit. So I'd love to help you through that process, but this video shouldn't be kept up. I mean, it's going to sell your book, and that's what this is all about. I don't know. Like, why does that matter? The video needs to be taken down. It's the title itself is misleading, and there's actually grounds to take it down. If you're really concerned about correcting your error, I think that's the best thing you can do, because to have a video out here that's going to be causing people to stumble, I don't think it's a good thing, Lisa. I think you should really pray about how to make this right and study the basics of the Christian faith. Have a blessed day, and this is where I leave out.